Ed here, and this is another Top 3 Tuesday, and I'm going to start off like I normally do by mentioning the folks that did video responses on last week's edition of Top 3 Tuesday. So, we have Retro Balls, Kit171, Sega and More, Weekend Game Guy 1, Grub Gun, Corporal Calico, The Kid 20x6 or 20x6, Allmew 2011, Y2J Code Laker, Atari Leaf, Max Impact 24, the Atari 7800 Junkie, who did a video response to his own Top 3 Tuesday, Dumber Cool Stuff, Electric Adventures, Marlon Lee, and Crisis Dead or Crisis DED. Now, I would like to say thank you for doing video responses. I'm sure that the Atari 7800 Junkie thanks you for doing video responses. He even did one to his own video. And this week we have somebody that I've actually been subscribed to for quite a while now. I think I subscribed to him right after I started my channel, so almost a year now. And he has a little bit of everything on his channel for retro gamers. I know I've seen tip videos on there in the past. I've seen how-to videos. I think he actually did one recently that was how to clean game cartridges. I could be wrong, that might not have been him, but I'm pretty sure it was. What else do you have on there? Pickup videos, which are my favorites. He does, I think he's done gameplay videos before, but I don't think he's done one in a long time. I could be mistaken on that one too, but I'm pretty sure he's done them before. And he's been doing recently, I guess they'd be called live casts, whatever you want to call them. It's on the Google Plus Hangouts thing, and then they pop up on YouTube. So, check him out. I'm sure you'll find something that you like on his channel. Here's his question.
Hello everyone, Cynical Enigma here, and I'd like to give a special thanks to EDT1138, or also known as ADT1138, and for letting me be a part of his Top 3 Tuesday series. And here's my question. What are the top 3 rare/expensive games and or systems that you had to sell, or basically sell to help pay a bill, or if you needed the money for an emergency or something like that? Now, I had to think about this, and I've gotten my 3 already down. The third one is my PS Vita. I haven't even had it for like 4 months, but I had to sell it because I needed to pay for my electric bill, and I really didn't want to, but I didn't have a choice. And I paid about maybe $300 for it when it came out, total, well, with all the games that I got for it. And yeah, basically, I didn't really want to, but I had to give it away in case anybody was wondering why I, wasn't showing any pickups for Vita. But anyway, on to my second one. Basically, I like maybe 2 or 3 months after the NES version of the Game Boy Advance SP came out, I sold it to GameStop to get me a PlayStation 2. I regret it to this day. I still got the original box and inserts for it, and everything else that was with it, except for the system. But that's one thing I regret to this day until I find another one, kicking myself in the ass for it. But on to the very first one. Now here's where it gets really sad for me. But I don't know why I did it. I needed the money because I was going to Laserfest 2011, and I needed the money for gas on the way down there and food and gas on the way back because a friend of mine was taking me down there. And what happened was I found Metal Gear Solid for the Game Boy Color sealed, and apparently that game's like $1,000 or $2,000 depending on its condition, on its brand new condition. And I ended up selling it for about $115 on eBay for the fact that I needed money to go down to the concert and for gas and food and whatnot. But those are the top 3 things I regret selling. I can't wait to hear you guys' responses, and thanks once again to EDT1138 for letting me be a part of your great series.
Now, I really like this question for Top 3 Tuesday, and not because I think it's going to get a ton of video responses, because it probably won't. There probably aren't that many people out there that can identify with it, but because I identify with it. And I really wanted to post it last week, because Old School Brian put up a video asking for help for a friend of his who had lost his job and needed some money. And he ended up selling off some of his collection to help him out. And that is a really stand-up thing to do. Old School Brian is a great guy in my book. And thank you to those YouTubers that bought some things off him to help him out, because I wasn't able to do it at the time. And I'm sure that his friend really appreciates it. Now, the reason I can identify with this question is because about 3.5 years ago, the company I was working for lost a major contract, and they were going to have to lay somebody off in my territory, at least one full-time person. And it was either going to be me, or it was going to be one of my friends or my little brother. And I could not, in good conscience, let one of them go without volunteering to be the person to go myself. So that's what I did, and that's what happened. And I knew as soon as it happened that things were going to be really bad. I knew that the economy was in a bad way, and it was only going to continue to get worse with the things that were going on. So I put my collection up for sale on Craigslist. I put up one ad, listed everything that I had, and said make me an offer. I sold off a bunch of stuff, and there were 3 things that really hurt that I ended up selling because they were boxed complete systems. I didn't put my Genesis up for sale at the time. I didn't put my Sega Master System or the Atari. I was going to save those for absolute last. But I sold off an Atari 5200 complete in the box. I think I got around $80 for that one on eBay. Really sucked because it was one of the 4 controller models, and it actually had a decent picture because they normally don't, the 4 controller models. I ended up replacing that one, but it was replaced with one that's loose, and it's not in nearly as good a condition, and it's only the 2 controller model. Although it does have a good picture. Then I sold off an Intellivision, complete in the box, with I think 12 games, and I only got $75 for that one. That one's not so bad again, because I eventually got a good deal on eBay. I got another boxed Intellivision, although the Intellivision in it doesn't work properly, and I got one of the Sears model Intellivisions in one of the, I don't know what they're called, but the little video center case things, whatever, and a few games with it. And I ended up getting those for $50, so I made out better than what I sold. And a ColecoVision. I sold a complete in-box ColecoVision on eBay, and that one just gutted me. Now, I've replaced it since then, but it is not in nearly as good a condition, and it is not boxed. So those are the 3 that really hurt me to sell them. And for the Coleco, I think I got $100 for the ColecoVision at the time, which I was pretty ecstatic to get that much money. So, I don't know. Those are the things I sold. Now, those aren't the most expensive things that I've sold out of my collection. I actually sold my extra copy of Earthbound that I got for $4 for $150 on eBay, and it sold like 2 hours after I posted it, or 3 hours after I posted it. And I sold a sealed Donkey Kong for the Game Boy for $180, and that would have actually sold for a lot more, but one of the corners was crushed. So I know where you're coming from, Cynical Enigma, and I'm sure that a few other people here on YouTube do, so please leave a video response if you've been in this position before. Let us know. Thanks for watching.